Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Sector for Nerds. I'm Ryan Brower, and today I'm here to talk with you guys about episode 3 of The Bad Batch. Be sure to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, as I'll be giving you guys my thoughts on each and every episode of The Bad Batch. Alright guys, without further ado, let's get right into the episode, and let's talk about Project War Mantle, which appears to be the way that we're gonna start getting stormtroopers in the Empire. It seems to be a way to kind of push the clones aside and be like, all right, well, you know what, we need the clones right now because we don't have an army, but with this Project War Mantle, it's almost like an investment of like, okay, we build this up over time and we start getting stormtroopers. Now, this is going to be interesting because I was thinking about this the other day, but I was thinking back to the Clone Wars Season 7 finale, and when that show ended, we had stormtroopers there, right, and on that planet, and Darth Vader was there. I wonder like how far in advanced in the timeline we were, because, you know, it could have been a couple weeks, it could have been a couple months, like we still don't know, but it does appear, you guys, that we are getting ever so closer to stormtroopers. And I tell you what, it very much excites me because those stormtroopers at the end of Clone Wars Season 7 looked so much better than the stormtroopers in Star Wars Rebels. Not degrading Star Wars Rebels in any way, because I absolutely love that show, but the Clone Wars animation to me is just so much better, and the stormtroopers looked so much cooler, so I can't wait to see what we get. Like, I think it'd be interesting if, like, maybe we don't necessarily get the stormtrooper armor that we know right away, like, maybe we build to it, maybe we get, like, a mix between, like, a clone trooper and stormtrooper armor, and we kind of work our way towards the stormtroopers that we see at the end of Clone Wars, and of course, the stormtroopers that we see in Rogue One, in the original trilogy, etc. The project is being run by the newly named Admiral Rampart, who Rampart was the person responsible for the chain codes. We saw him in the last episode. And of course, the Kaminoans are not happy about this project because once the stormtroopers come into play, right, there's no more need for clones, and then boom, there goes their investment, and they lose their money. So they were talking at the end of the episode about how they need a clone to, because Jango Fett's DNA is starting to stretch and degrade, and they need a new donor or whatever. So my guess is that's what Omega is for. It's kind of funny because it's almost like the same storyline in The Mandalorian where they needed baby Grogu's blood to, like, you know, help be a donor for something, you know, presumably for like Palpatine or Snoke. You know, I guess we don't know for sure, but it's speculation, right? So it's kind of the same thing with Omega, is my guess, is they need her DNA or something to make new clones. Speaking of Omega, let's talk about her for a second, you guys, because I've said before in the last episode that her character very much intrigued me from the start. Back when we saw the trailer, back when I watched episode 1 and episode 2, I really appreciated her character, and this episode was no different. Guys, I absolutely adore the character of Omega, and I tell you what, you guys, this is going to be a very unpopular opinion, and everybody is going to completely disagree with me when I say this, but that's okay because it's just my opinion. But I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm much more invested in Omega than I was with Baby Grogu. Oh my gosh, Ryan, how could you say that about Baby Grogu? Baby Grogu is so cute and awesome, and everybody loves Baby Grogu. How could you like this Omega character better? Don't get me wrong, you guys. I absolutely love Baby Grogu, like everybody. You know, Baby Grogu is the cutest baby in Star Wars. All right, let's be real, okay? But listen, when it comes to Omega, I think that the reason why I'm much more invested in her right now is because the thing with Baby Grogu was, he was cute, and he does play a big part of the story, but I feel like with Omega, she's actually able to do more because she's a little bit, and I was going to say a little bit older, but she's actually not older than Grogu. Grogu's 50, but the fact that she can walk and talk and be able to do things like you know, I feel like it helps her contribute more to the crew. I like the relationship that she has with Hunter, is almost like the father-daughter sort of thing, and like Hunter trying to figure out how to parent this child, which is also why I really enjoy Hunter's character now more than I did in Clone Wars, as I've said before as well. Not that I didn't like Hunter, because Hunter I thought looked like a badass, but I never really understood the character. But I feel like now we've gotten so much more depth with his character, and I think we're going to continue to get that, which is what excites me. And I think we're going to be getting that with Omega too, which also very excites me, because these past 3 episodes, you guys, like, I feel like it's mostly centered around the Hunter and Omega stuff, which to me is cool, because like I said, I'm so invested in both characters. I'm so intrigued with Omega, and I want to learn more about her, and I feel like as time goes on, we're going to start to learn more about her story and how she came to be, I guess. And also, I think why I like Omega better than Grogu, I think partially has to do with the fact that Omega is in an animated show rather than live action. And the reason why I say that, you guys, it has nothing to do with like, oh, like if this is in live action, it doesn't work. I think for me personally, because I absolutely love the Clone Wars and Rebels so much, and because Bad Batch is a direct tie-in to the Clone Wars, it makes me more invested, because I've always been a fan of the animation division when it comes to Clone Wars and Rebels. I think they're my 2 favorite pieces of Star Wars storytelling. And honestly, you guys, with the way the Bad Batch is going, I feel like I would almost insert that to my list as well, because it is a direct tie-in to the Clone Wars. Honestly, I feel like saying Clone Wars and Rebels are my 2 favorite pieces of Star Wars storytelling may not be good enough anymore. I think pretty soon, or maybe even right now, I have to start saying that the animation stuff is my favorite part of Star Wars, just because I think Dave Filoni and his team tell the best stories in Star Wars, and it's just, I absolutely love it. And I'm not disparaging the movies at all, because I do love the movies, I do love The Mandalorian, but to me, I just have a special connection with the animated stuff, because it was what I grew up with. Like, granted, I watched the movies first, but after I watched the movies, it was like, okay, like, this is all the Star Wars content there is. And then as a kid growing up, realizing like, oh wait, we've got this Star Wars The Clone Wars show coming, and it was something that I could watch every single week. That was my Star Wars. That was the Star Wars I grew up with. And then it got canceled, of course, and then I was heartbroken by it. But then we ended up getting Rebels, and Rebels to me was just as good, but good in its own ways. And that was something that we could watch weekly. And it's just like, I don't want the animation stuff to end. And I love the fact, you guys, that we have this Bad Batch show, because it feels like a way to almost continue Clone Wars without actually calling it Clone Wars. Like, I get this takes place afterward, but it still feels very Clone Wars-esque because of the fact that it's the same animation style. I honestly, you guys, hope this show goes for more than 1 season, and I'm really trying not to get emotional right now, just because the animation stuff to me has always had a special place in my heart. I love it so much. I said it before, it's my favorite stuff, and you know what? I understand that it may not be for everybody, and everybody may not like it as much as me, but for me personally, you guys, I just have such a special connection, and I feel like the Bad Batch is a way to almost like keep that connection for me with the animation stuff, and I hope it does continue, guys. And I get so invested in all of the characters in all these shows. In Clone Wars, of course, there was Ahsoka that I was invested in. In Rebels, there was Ezra and Kanan and Sabine, and now in this show, there's the Bad Batch and Omega. I love all these characters. I find ways to connect with all of them, and I cannot wait to see where the Bad Batch and Omega go, where their stories go. Alright guys, let's switch gears a bit now, as I'm sure there's some people that are still going, I can't believe this dude likes Omega better than baby Grogu. But anyway, let's talk about Echo and Tech for a second, you guys. I'm noticing a pattern here in these past few episodes. You know, obviously we've got Hunter and Omega and their relationship growing as like a father and daughter, but then we've got Echo and Tech, who I'm gonna be honest with you guys, and you guys can let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. I'm kind of getting C-3PO and R2-D2 vibes from these two, in the way that they kind of play off of each other, you know what I'm saying? I find it very interesting, because it almost feels like Tech is the C-3PO and Echo is the R2-D2, you know, because Echo's got the little droid hand thing that he can insert into the panels and stuff. So I don't know, let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below. Okay guys, guys, by a show of hands in the comments, how many people thought that when Wrecker was complaining about his head that they thought that you guys thought the inhibitor chip was gonna go off in his head? Because I'll tell you what, I sure did, and I got so scared because like, no, Wrecker's my guy, don't let it be him. There were several moments throughout this episode that the boys were reminiscent about Crosshair because they obviously miss their brother and they want him back, and they're kind of upset that he's taken this dark path, but like Omega said, it's not his fault, it's the chip. And that's just, I've said this before in many videos, you guys, apart from just Bad Batch, but it just sucks that the clones who were such good men, not just good soldiers, but good men, were just kind of used as pawns of evil, you know what I'm saying? So it sucks to see the clones doing what they're doing now and almost kind of filling the stormtrooper role right now. It really sucks. I hope that the Bad Batch can find a way to save Crosshair, or maybe we can find a way to save more clones. We found out in the last episode that Rex is out looking for some stuff with the inhibitor chips, so hopefully we can find a way to turn more clones back to the good side. Speaking of Crosshair, we got him in this episode going to Onderon to take out Saw Gerrera's crew. Saw had already left, of course, because I feel like this is a common thread with Saw. He will stay in one place for a short amount of time and then he will leave. It happened, I feel like it's happened in Jedi Fallen Order, and now it's happened here. I'm noticing a pattern with the dude. But anyway, I digress. Crosshair and his new band of soldiers take out the rebels, but what happens, they end up killing the civilians too, but one of them hesitates. He's like, no, these are civilians, we ain't doing this. And then Crosshair freaking kills them. And then, of course, the other two guys, or the other three guys, may I point out, killed the innocent civilians. It's just like, son of a gun. As I was kind of briefly mentioning before, the relationship between Hunter and Omega and their dynamic continuing to grow in this series. I liked that Omega obviously is willing to throw herself into danger to help these guys. Hunter trying to be like the dad figure. I really liked it when she crawled out of the cave and like Hunter was checking her for injuries like Cut was doing in the last episode, like he showed him how to do. I thought that was a really nice touch. He still had the what were you thinking attitude, but he was at least like, okay, are you hurt? Like, are you okay? Because that's the most important thing to me. And then what made my heart just melt even more was at the end of the episode when when Wrecker ends up creating a small bedroom for Omega. Like, that was amazing. And Omega just had like the bright eyes again and just like, I've never had my own room before. So it's really cool, guys. Another cool thing about Omega is we get to see this little girl experience things that she has never experienced for the first time. And it's something that we don't often get in Star Wars, is characters seeing things for the first time. Like, I know we kind of got it with Rey in The Force Awakens, where she's on Jakku for her whole life, and then she goes to Takodana and she says, you know, I've never seen this much green in the whole galaxy. For Omega to be able to, you know, step on land for the first time, pick up dirt, still waiting for her to pick up sand, even though that may not be the best idea because of all the memes, and then we see her get her own room. Like, it's so cool to see, you guys. And like I said, I freaking love this show, and we're only 3 episodes in. I think so far, you guys, comparing like the first 3 episodes of this season to the first season of Clone Wars and to the first season of Rebels, I think the first 3 episodes of this season are by far superior to any of the first 3 episodes in any of the other shows. This to me is just absolutely amazing. I'm so excited with the fact that we have 16 episodes, which means that we pretty much got episodes coming for the majority of the summer. So make sure you guys are staying tuned every week, because I am going to be talking about each and every episode, and I cannot wait for it. I hope you guys are here for the ride with me, because I freaking love this show. Shout out to Dave Filoni, because I freaking love the dude. This guy freaking knows how to tell Star Wars stories, and he has proven that with Clone Wars, with Rebels, with The Mandalorian, and now with this show. Also, a big shout out to D. Bradley Baker for pretty much carrying this whole show on his back, voicing all of the clones. And he voiced all the clones in Clone Wars as well. Like, dude, the dude is such a talented individual, and I want to give the man a proper shout out, because I don't think I've given him, I think, shout outs in other videos before, but not in any of my Bad Batch videos. So I want to do that right now. Shout out to D. Bradley Baker. All right, you guys, I think that is going to wrap us up here today. Thank you guys so much for watching watching this. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, share this video around as it really helps support the channel, and I will see you guys next time.
This is the way.
This is the way.